Okay, there you go.
Hello, guys.
Here's Carlo on Zoom.
Hey, guys.
It's so daylight there. Jealous.
Carl, you can hear everyone? Okay, good.
I can hear everyone, my friend.
Maybe just say PRC.
That's so funny.
You have to be so careful.
Better shut up.
I think he'll figure out we're all village here. I think he'll get it.
Should I find it like bringing everyone Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
I didn't put that. I put it for that. I feel like he knows my name from like emails and stuff.
Well, that's why I think he'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Did you want this, Robert, or did you hear this?
I'll sign it too.
Oh, you did sign it.
I'll borrow your pen.
Who else?
Tim O'Connor.
Oh,
Can't
Tim,
really see.
yeah.
You can't say that.
Tim. I think so. I think everybody said they were able to. Except Carlos on Zoom. Hi, Carlo.
What's the card for?
I do.
For Augie. Do you want somebody to sign it for you? Can you hear me?
I think he's
Oh,
frozen.
he froze.
He's frozen? Yeah.
Yes, he's frozen.
Carl, yeah, I'm frozen. Are you frozen?
Jason.
No, he's not frozen. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
You're gonna start recording yet. I can do whatever I want to
Doesn't mean it's still not annoying me.
Did you put it in the minutes? Click.
do.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not you. It's his.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
but I'm
need
not
a-
on
we need
Wi-Fi.
one more
so-
chair.
Here, I'll pull it your.
Oh, is there one?
I signed one earlier today.
Okay.
Thank you, though. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, Robert.
Thank you, Robert.
Hey.
Tim is
No
coming.
worries. Thank you for answering.
I think
I
that's-
needed to text that, but I was like, I needed to confirm.
Oh,
No worries. 'Cause I'm probably gonna register with 5 people. So it's just like, I didn't know if I missed the early.
yeah, well, it goes up again.
Wow, this is nice. Who did this?
Text me before you register. I'll send
Did you do this, Jason?
Okay, perfect. Yes, yes, yes.
Are you good with Excel spreadsheets?
Yeah, I mean, I usually work with
Excellent.
Excel.
I like the pink. I'm
Have you-
sorry. I'm so
I
under.
do work with Excel a little bit, yeah.
I'm so under.
It's the only way you can. I
Present
can-
information.
I feel.
I feel the same way.
How are you, Jeff?
Okay, I'll make a motion to open the meeting.
I'll
I
second
had a
it.
better party to it.
Okay, all in favor?
I goddamn did, and I was going.
Jerry is sick, so we have to hold off on number 1. But he asked.
Yeah, he asked if you can email like recommendations for the parks from like the last meeting on what you would want to incorporate in the master plan, visit each park, make suggestions.
Didn't he want it by this meeting?
He wanted it by this meeting, but no one sent him anything, so he was hoping he would get it sooner than later. Hmm? As soon as time allows, yeah, as your time allows, would be great.
Okay, he's presenting this to the board at the next meeting,
Supposedly, but
so he would probably need it before then, or no?
I don't think he's presenting
It's not
this
coming in our meeting.
Oh,
Monday.
it's not.
It's not our meeting Monday.
yet.
Okay.
So then maybe.
Okay.
So when is your next meeting after the next meeting?
We have the next 3 Mondays.
Okay.
Did you have the budget meeting or no?
The capital meeting was our last meeting.
And but you don't find out if things got.
They'll find out this meeting. Monday.
This coming, yeah. It's like a.
Oh.
Wait,
They presented the last meeting and then this Monday.
They vote,
We
right.
will vote on each of the items.
Okay,
Well, they're voting on the funding for the items,
Yeah.
but the design of the items is not.
Right.
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
The-
it's
the-
just the.
Here's your budget, design.
so we'll move on to number 2. fee schedule?
Okay, everyone, everyone have time to review it? The fee schedule?
Is there anything you want to point out to us that we should
Okay,
pay attention to?
I'll just point out some of like the bigger ones. So the top portion, the fields, that's always a fun topic.
Which one are you looking at?
Which.
Oh,
revision
the-
one is when-
the chart.
you're on this.
So just so this makes sense to everyone, this is the chart which lists the fees and like the percentage. And then this one, which some people prefer, is a comparison, what
Yeah.
we charged last year, what we want to charge this
I
year.
like this
So we have two because some people in the village like it this way and then other people like it this way. So we just make two. But it's essentially the same thing. One has percentages, one doesn't. So the field fees. So myself and Jeff we've met with soccer over a couple times this season. And so right now the fields, Bromberg and Crows, they're split up as two. So that big field when you come into the harbor where the dog park is, that's two fields. So they pay 35 for one half and 35 for the other half. That's really 4 soccer fields though. So we've come to agreement that we won't raise the fee, but we're gonna charge for 4 instead of 2. And they're okay with that because that's how it should have been done to begin with. I don't know why it went all these years with just such a huge area being counted as 2 versus
So to a base Little League that's gonna get hit double almost, right?
soccer.
Oh, I thought you said Bromberg and aren't
Well-
those
No,
baseball fields?
So
Bromberg and Crows are the soccer fields also.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's weird.
the village,
Okay, I only
the
thought it was
village
baseball,
considers
sorry.
those areas 2 fields, but soccer divides those 2 fields into 4 fields. So when the fee schedule came about, the village was charging for 2 field spaces, but now they're gonna bill for each individual soccer field.
Which we
Which is the
with them,
appropriate thing to do.
which they're okay with. So we had a great
Mhm.
discussion. They're fine with it.
So it doesn't affect baseball at all.
Well, baseball's fee did go up from 35 to 40 or
Oh,
we're
okay.
zooming it, but that's really, really cheap for a baseball
Yeah,
field.
I
Usually soccer and baseball are 2 different fees. We just charge the same thing. So we figured we, bring it up a little bit. I would say that if you look at when I started doing this in 2016, the amount of hours each year is going up. Started at like 1,600 a year. This year I'm 2,200, 2,300 hours. So we're really like maximizing every inch of grass that is available to us, whereas in the past we haven't. And this year, the field revenues haven't all come in yet, but somewhere around 90,000, pretty much between soccer and baseball. All of that money comes. So by splitting the fields into 4, we project somewhere 160 next year in revenue for the fields, which when we started in 2016, it was like 49, 50,000. So we've done well without having to, I think, hammer the leagues. I think they're all really happy with the space we're providing them, and Jeff has done leaps and bounds in terms of the quality of the field that they're playing on compared to 2016 era.
I have a question. So I just want to make sure I understand this. So baseball was paying $35 and now they're only paying 40?
Per
Now
hour.
we're increasing at 5,
Fine.
but soccer essentially is getting doubled.
We have 100%.
So why
increase.
wouldn't we increase baseball more
That-
than that,
you
especially since
can.
the surface is better?
You
and
can,
guys are
but-
doing so much work.
I will say that soccer in turn uses essentially double the space that baseball uses too. They consume such a large portion of the park compared to baseball, so. Up to whatever you want, we can certainly
But
make a
it's,
change.
is it more work to maintain the
Well,
baseball field than it is to
al-
maintain the soccer
also,
field?
Jeff, baseball pays
Baseball pays.
overtime for every
overtime
time he
for-
lines the field, so at the end of the year, they have
For
a,
the maintenance.
they have a $15,000 maintenance bill probably this year.
And soccer pays an outsider to line the fields, which is a big cost to them too, on top of the field fee they're
Right.
paying you guys. But you guys line the field for them, they're not paying. The only thing they're paying is everything to you, where soccer's paying these fees plus an outsider to come in and line them.
Well,
Yes,
this
you're right.
baseball's paying these fees plus Parks Department overtime
Mhm.
to line them, which is not cheap. But we can, if you have a recommendation, we'll certainly.
I just want, I don't know, whatever everybody thinks.
How do these compare to like what Larchmont charges or other? vendors?
We're low, we're still low, well, we did an analysis in 2020, the cheapest one was like $50 an hour for a baseball field, we're pretty low. Still, soccer, grass, we're really low compared to other communities, you know, people are charging 60, 65, $70 an hour for a grass soccer field. Turf, $150 an hour. But we've also slowly been going up. We've known we've been on the lower side. So we've slowly been
We were
going
at
up.
$25 at one point, right, Jason?
Well, we didn't charge,
It
we
started
didn't
at
charge for the
20.
longest time. And then
Well,
first started working here, we started charging and we started at 25, correct? And
right.
now at 35 and 7, 8 years later.
Doesn't come as a sticker shock, right? So if you're trying to increase it all, you get a lot of complaints.
Exactly. So we feel like this is
Gradually.
a gradual system and it's been working well. And this is the next step to really giving us a good boost. And I think the leagues are, as long as the quality of field improves and Jeff puts things into it, they're happy. And I think they were really happy these last 2 years, for sure. At least soccer was. So that's the field. The rental facility, the village asked us to put in roughly 5%, so we did our best. That was from management. And 10% for non-residents. Beach passes, we brought up the seasonals a little bit, but the daily stayed the same because we're kind of $12 to get, $13 to get on the beaches, you know, it's pretty good. You know, how much are we gonna go up, right? So kept it the same.
Especially with all the
Um,
closures around here.
Yeah, you know, if we rebuild the spray ground and it's, maybe we think, but for now, I think we're comfortable with that. What else? Camp. So this year for camp, we decided to add on 10th grade, because we've had a lot of requests for it. So, like 20 people. So we're gonna kind of travel a lot with them.
Was that why? I'm just
Um,
curious that the non-resident rate increases just weirdly, like, why would the older kids have a 14% increase and the younger kids?
'Cause they're gonna-
9%?
There's just to put them on a
But the-
bus
but
3
the
times.
ins- But the village rate is actually, you increased it less for the older kids than the younger kids, so it doesn't really make sense if that's your argument.
Say that again?
If you're a village resident, the increase was less for the older kids than it was for the younger kids. And if you're arguing that you need buses, then your
Well,
increase should be higher. for
the younger
older
kids go
than
on
the younger kids.
Buses too.
Here, she's
She's
saying,
saying
why is
it's
this
not-
7
you
and
do
why is
it
this
8%
8?
Instead of
Just
8 and 7.4.
We
I know
try to
you're trying
keep it
make
as,
the numbers nice.
we're trying to keep it.
It's
as
only
close as
$100 differential.
possible.
It seems like a lot of traveling for only $100.
I was gonna say.
Is that what
to
that's what
me-
you're
to me, it doesn't
suggesting?
make sense. I would have the younger kids at like 1,300 and the older kids at 1,500. If
Okay.
the 10th graders are gonna be doing one of those, like a YMCA where they go to a different place every day and you're paying for a bus every day. Is that what they're gonna do?
Not every day, but
But more
3
than-
or 4 times a week out of
Okay,
5.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Okay.
Your expenses are gonna be
So,
significantly higher.
I think if you see camp, like the expenses for the oldest group kids are always significantly higher
Yeah.
because everything
Yeah,
that they
then
go
I
to.
think you should
is-
differentiate that.
I'm good with 13 and 15.
Yeah,
I
I think that
mean,
makes more sense.
because
Because you could sell that too, that.
the non-residents, honestly, you could charge 3,000. Those kids are gonna
How
come
many
regardless.
spots do you actually have for non-residents?
I think I have it in the back of these
Probably a
pages
decent amount.
for non-residents.
Well, Jason,
Oh,
though,
no?
and also you broke it up differently. So like this year, 7th grade was paying 13.50.
Yeah,
And
because
now you put 7th grade with the younger grades and it's still 13.50. So 7th grade actually.
but they're gonna be traveling with the same rate as the other groups. You know what I'm saying?
As the younger groups?
Yeah, which is probably twice a week.
So,
and then
but so for 7th graders.
Yeah, because
the
this
price
year
stayed the
we had
same.
So you were gonna
issues with 7th grade group. There was a lot
But
of
they
them.
aged out, they're 8th grade now,
And
so.
They didn't co-mingle with the 8th and 9th graders well on trips. We had issues, we had
Well,
behavioral
especially if you're
problems.
hitting 10th, it makes
So
sense.
we're
Yeah.
trying to like
Mhm.
not put them with sixth grade. They're gonna kind of have a different schedule than fifth and sixth grade, but they're also not gonna be with that highest grade because it was oof this year. So we're trying to make a few adjustments. In terms of non-residents, 20 this year. And that's a
20 older kids or 20 across? both?
7 youngers and nope,
7 older.
13 younger, 7 days a month. And every year it seems to get less.
Oh,
Yeah. For non-residents, because the residents take, there's no spots, you know. Yeah, for non-residents
have
it's very limited.
registration earlier,
The
right?
residents get 2 weeks in advance,
Yeah.
and by the time the non-resident opens, there's not much
Gotcha,
left.
okay.
Yeah, there's a wait list on at least 3 or 4 of the groups by the time it even opens for non-residents. So,
So at Wood Camp, we had briefly discussed talking about what you pay the counselors and how we could get that fee to increase
That
to be
is-
a little bit more attractive, so you're not scrambling all the time.
so
How do these rates, do these rates allow you
Yes.
to increase what you're gonna pay
So-
the counselors at all?
we figured into it that we need $30,000 extra,
To be able to pay them what?
15.
Okay, that's a big jump, because aren't you at 12?
Yeah, but you have to be close to minimum wage.
No, I get it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not complaining.
So
about that.
I
I'm
told
just-
them, so last year, we did it with the lifeguards, because we were paying lifeguards 15 and we couldn't compete. So we
Yeah.
started at 19, huge help.
Yeah,
And this year, we're gonna do with the camp counselor to start at 15. And I'm gonna plaster big sign, $15. Yeah.
I think that will help
Um,
tremendously, because even when you
so
go to the beach clubs, they get
This,
paid like $15 an hour for like beach minutes.
so
so-
this year, it's kind of, it will offset it. The bus expense is gonna go up. Our profit revenue loss is gonna be similar this year, 40 something thousand. It's gonna stay the same.
Okay, but it sounds like a step in the right direction.
sounds-
As far as being
and-
able to
and-
increase that pay so you can actually,
Right.
counselors just wanna work.
And hopefully the quality of counselors better
Right.
too, right?
I mean, people were showing up the day before camp.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Jason, do you have-
All right, you're hired.
so question, do you have a retention? So if you have counselors coming back the following
They get
year,
a
you
raise.
pay more? Okay,
Mhm.
great.
Yeah, and we send a letter out to them and we tell them you're gonna get a dollar bump and
Right.
please send it back by X date.
How is that? Is it working well?
It may work better once you start paying a decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're at
wage.
12,
So
they bump you to
12, it
13.
already
It's hard.
is that much.
You know, you get a 16-year-old, their first job.
Yeah.
They're happy to work. Their parents want them to work.
Yeah.
They're getting
They
paid
can go
$12
to
an hour.
work,
Right.
like-
They're getting $12 an hour. The next year, they really understand work and what they're worth, and they're not gonna work for $12 an hour for us.
No, that's not, this is.
Right? You guys have kids, you understand, like, if you could go from 12 to 15 to the beach club, I'm gonna go to the beach club. You know, it's
Well,
just like
so-
anyone else.
Will everybody start then at 15 this year?
Yes.
And then. but
If you're returning, I'm gonna give them 16 because
Okay,
I think that's only fair. You know,
Yeah.
why should the returner get the same
Okay,
as the
that's fine.
first year?
And that.
That's what they do at all the
includes-
clubs. My
Yeah.
daughters work at the
Yeah.
yacht club. and
But
every year they're
that-
there, they get more money.
But these prices also account for the 16 an hour for those?
Yes, yeah, that 30,000 accounts for like the returning staff. Cause then you remember I had supervisors that were getting paid 16, so now they gotta get a little bit more than the counselor. So that 30,000, that calculation was all
Okay.
figured into that. So basically I have a giant spreadsheet with the amount of staff I need and I just leave the name blank, number of days, blah, blah, blah. It tells me how much money I need.
When do the camp jobs go live?
February?
And how much time do like returning people have to qualify for that?
We give them 8 weeks. We try to hit at least one college break because it goes to kids in college, so they gotta come home.
Mhm.
We give them at least 2 months.
Okay.
So we give them a fair amount of time. Last year we even called because we didn't get responses.
Did you get our letter?
Yeah.
Do you actually have an open house for people who are interested to come in to sit down and do a Q&A with you guys, just to?
We don't do that, just because it's a camp counselor job, it's kind of like, you know,
Right, yeah,
you know what I mean? It's kind of,
yeah,
yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
like, this is what it is.
yeah, yeah,
You know, if I had like
Somebody-
25 different positions, and then I would do like a little fair, but
right.
I don't have any problem filling other positions. Like, I don't even need to advertise beach.
Right.
People want to come and work. It's different for camp, so.
All right, so for the day camp registration, you're gonna change it to the 13 and the 15?
Correct. Any other questions? On the back here, like you'll see the different revenue. The only thing that's not in here is the fields, which we'll do at a different meeting because it's not, fall season's still going.
Where is it?
Yeah, you see it has the
It's like,
different,
oh,
yeah,
oh.
yeah.
It's its own packet.
Its own little packet. So that is like basically our parking, our beach and our day camp income statements. You can see the beach, not great. Everything else, pretty good. Parking's usually a little bit down. We're usually in like the 135. So that's a little down. And the beach is the worst since I've been here, at least
Yeah.
in terms of,
It's terrible.
yeah, well, 20% of the 20% of the season was the water was closed for swimming, which is crazy. So we didn't do great on beach, but parking picked up the slack. But this is the first year we've gone negative since I've been working here. Usually we don't. We also have if you look at the water bill on the beach,
Oh, okay.
you see that?
Crazy because we have
$50,000, yeah, $50,705. And that, no,
No, it was on.
so we usually spend about
My water
40.
bill's high too, so.
We usually spend about 40. Water increased a couple percentage points, but not to like that extent. But the motion sensors didn't work. So in order for it to run, we had to just keep it running. So we did our best. Like if it was the morning, we wouldn't turn it on until people showed up. And like we did our best, but it just kept running and running and running and running. So the next board meeting with some funding for the splash pad.
Did we have? Maya, I'm sure we can get this in the review later, but was there like a short-term fix if we can't completely redo the splash
Jeff
pad by
tried
next summer?
everything.
Nothing.
No, it's too expensive to short-term fix
So
it.
we have to replace the whole thing and hopefully expand. And that is possible by next summer. Okay.
July 4th.
Okay.
So maybe the first. Remember, do you guys remember the last time we did the spring ground? I don't know how many.
I do.
So remember that one, the Memorial Day weekend, it was closed and then we were open by, right after the fireworks, we were open, yeah. Because they were pouring the pad and then we had to dry. And so this guy, the person who did it last time, who was like top notch, Sal, he's the guy on state contract this time. And this is what he does. Yeah. So he's good. If he tells you July 4th, it's July 4th.
Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
he's like a extreme home makeover, you know, he comes in with the crew and yeah.
Jason, are all of the discounts still in play that were last year?
Sibling discount,
Sibling employee scholarships,
employees,
Camp
yeah,
Duck Card,
so
nothing's changing from last year?
no, same discounts, no one, I mean, we could bring the sibling discount, I think it's 50, if we want to bring it up, we can bring it up.
I think 50 is a solid number and it's a lot more than it
we-
was, because it was at $32 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is that?
That was silly, right?
It really was just weird.
So $50 was the sibling, then we give 50% off to village, full-time village employees, first responders, firefighter, volunteer firefighters. And then we gave out 32 scholarships, it's like 30 grand or so. So that was really nice. All residents, obviously. Yeah,
Sounds good.
I have a follow-up playground question.
Sure.
Sorry. Would it just be closed between Memorial Day and July 4th?
yeah, because he would have to.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we would definitely notice it.
Yeah.
You know, so, so that's for the fee schedule. Do we have any questions, any comments?
For the parking, now that you have those parking machines there, why not just hard parking on your own?
That's a board decision. It's a
I
lot.
mean, you charge the meters on the
So
roads.
if you buy a parking pass, is it good all year round?
That would-
Well,
I'm sure they-
Yeah,
I'm sure
I
they'd
would,
have to
I would,
adjust the prices,
if you have the
yeah.
hang tag on, you don't pay. If you don't, just like a GP lot or
Because I
whatever they
think
do.
in the past you did it that way because you had somebody at the booth, but now that you don't need somebody at the booth
Yeah, but
and you
right?
have the pay
there's
machine.
nobody at the booth in the fall, right?
No, Memorial Day to Labor Day,
The
really.
person in the booth is only for the boats, right?
The person in the
No,
booth,
they're parking.
Why
they
is there a
do,
person in the booth then?
because-
You have to pay for beach parking.
well, there is 2 pay stations in the park during COVID, but
No.
people
No, you pay at the
during
booth.
COVID,
I've always paid at the booth.
Oh,
but-
I guess I never noticed because I get a permit.
but we
so-
deactivated those pay stations after COVID because people weren't paying at the pay station.
Yeah.
And no one was
gave
in-
any tickets.
and
Yeah,
no
it
one
was
was
enforced,
enforcing
That
it.
is my
Well, by the
biggest
time the
question
meter maid
about
got down
parking
there,
in general, is that.
So-
who's
half the people were gone
monitoring
already.
Yeah.
The parking booth is now, and that's how we get them, because if there was
So
nobody in that
wait, so
booth,
you're supposed to pay at the
I
parking
have
booth
to
when you
ask
go in?
you.
Oh, I had no
No, but
idea.
even like on the
The machine,
avenue,
I mean, I have
all
to pay.
Well,
the, when you
when
pay with
stop.
Park Mobile,
Well,
who's
that's-
monitoring?
No, but now
They
it's so
do
bad
have,
that I never stopped, but I haven't.
parking enforcement officers.
Slow down.
But they have
wait.
access to see like if you
Yeah,
pay
when
for
you're
that.
not doing
spot.
Yeah, they have
Because
a
always
tel-
get
um,
I have an app.
They have a
Yeah,
tablet
yeah.
and it tells them like
Okay.
space number 36, red.
Okay,
ticket,
I've just always
ticket.
wondered, I'm like,
Um,
is anybody
but we
checking
had-
They're
on the
definitely
other
doing that.
side?
They're,
But
like
there's a
5
lot of,
employees do that.
there's a lot of paid parking in the village, and we found during COVID that people who didn't pay and no one gave them a ticket, and we were losing revenue, and
Mhm.
so that person in the booth is huge in
Yeah.
terms of collecting the money. Even the boat ramp, people just disregard it. They just launch their boat and don't pay. So,
I mean, it just seems silly to me that you have the pay stations down there.
I'm,
And you have parking meter people on the avenue. Why can't they just drive into the harbor? With the machines, they only have to go to the machine, no?
They have to go to the machine, then they have to go through the whole.
They-
Uh,
no, they don't have to go to the machine because it's not like up on Amerenik Avenue. It's not numbered. They didn't number the spaces in the harbor.
Does it go by license plate number like
No.
most of the rest of them?
No, you have to take the
Put it in your
ticket
windshield.
out of the machine and put it in your windshield.
So you gotta go.
And if you don't have it in your windshield or a seasonal, they were supposed to give a ticket, but they never did because that involved getting out and going through each space in the harbor,
Right.
and that wasn't happening.
Yeah, you're better person to do.
Right. So we figured the booth is the best case, and the booth is great because you also, it's, the ones in the harbor, you can't pay cash. It was just credit card only. It wasn't like one of those that you filled with money.
Right.
So you can also pay with cash. A lot of people,
A lot of people are
about 40% of the money we get is cash. Yeah.
Pay cash at booths like that.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Okay.
Question.
But that's a, Tina, certainly the board and management could consider just in the wintertime, if you want to go to the harbor, you have to pay at the pay station, even if they reduce the fee.
Do for sport time,
Yeah,
if
well,
we have
but
to
I had no
reimburse,
idea
like,
that you had to
sport
pay
time
that.
parks
Oh.
pass.
You would have, it would be a, it would be
Haven't been
different.
to the beach
I
for
know,
a while.
And then-
but I have like soccer, those moms aren't paying.
I wouldn't do
Yeah.
it, but
Baseball,
it's
those
certainly
dads are not paying.
something.
I would not be in favor of paying.
No,
for
I
season.
agree.
Who are your
I mean,
patrons?
The park and
Playground.
Yeah, but
if you're
tennis
going
pays
for,
a
like,
seasonal
45
fee,
minutes,
so,
that's
Yes, that's
kind
what I
of-
paid for.
I don't know, it's just a suggestion.
but
I mean, if you sold a year-round hang tag, that's a much easier way to do it. Will the, last time you talked about like the kayak thing, that will be like the kayak service where you just like.
Oh, the
Yeah.
self-serve.
oh, I don't know, that's the harbor master's doing that. You know anything about that?
So then that,
I'll ask him to send you an
because
update.
would that bring in revenue for us?
I'm sure it would.
So,
Oh, or the village, the harbor master probably would have the revenue.
okay, it wouldn't come to the recreation. department?
No, but it's all the
Even though
same
it is.
pot,
Okay,
so,
okay.
but I can ask him to give us an update on that, cause I'm not sure if that's happening this summer. It's like for this spring or not. But I'll ask him.
If, I mean, just as far as being in the red or the.
What else? Any other comments on the fee schedule? Vote on it.
You have to vote on it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did 13.
The camp,
Two-day camp fees, we just swapped
yes,
them.
we swapped them 1,300 and 1,500.
So we lowered the younger kids. and upped the
1,300,
older kids.
1,500.
Okay, so I need a motion to approve the schedule with the change to the younger kids to 1,300 and the older kids to 1,500. Krista. I'll second. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Minutes.
Did everybody get a chance to read the minutes?
I have a correction.
I have a couple.
ROB.
Huh?
Robinowitz, ROB, not RAB.
I think I did that.
It's okay.
Yeah, this is two.
At least you got Randy right. I usually get them both misspelled.
Put it in reverse and.
So I just had a couple, some were just grammatical, but just for, I would just specify on the agenda item, and then in item 12, I would actually specify that it was the Bark Park, not just dog, because that was the issue, that it was at the Bark Park. Because a dog Halloween party could be anywhere in the village, but this was supposed to be a Bark Park one, so like under agenda items, and then on item 12. I
You
would
mean
just-
the heading?
Well, under the agenda items, it says Tina May.
Dog
wants to add
Halloween
item
party.
12, dog Halloween party. I would change dog to Bark Park, and in the same. On item 12, I would change dog to Bark Park, because that's what it was. It wasn't just any random dog party. It was supposed to be at the Bark Park, and that was the point.
So change dog.
Just change dog to Bark Park. And then in item 4, it should be handicapped, not handicapped. Handicapped is the noun, handicapped is the adjective. So anywhere it says handicap, it should say handicapped. This is the anal in me.
Do you double the P?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
In item 1, I don't think staff should be capitalized. Don't kill me. I really just, this is all grammatical.
I thought they were.
I
important.
just for
I know.
You edit books,
So I.
like manuscripts?
Village,
Yeah, well,
yes, I
she
get
doesn't
it.
edit. Well, I'm leaving it that way.
Where's
Can
Village?
you edit my life story? When I'm done typing it?
Under Florence Park discussion, it should be basketball courts, because you have tennis, so we do tennis and basketball courts, it's more than one court.
Oh, there's a handicap to be corrected too in item 3.
What?
I didn't get there.
Oh, sorry.
What?
Yeah, wherever,
Item 3, you're on the first page, Randy, is that where you are?
Yes.
yes, item 3 needs to be handicapped as well.
He's still on there?
The
First
first
page.
sentence of item 3 on page 1, addition of handicap space, it should be handicapped.
And then it's also at the bottom too, handicap access. road.
Oh.
Do a find and replace.
Yeah, find and
Do a
replace.
One change, fix it all.
And I just, two more small ones, under sport time lease. I think it's supposed to be second sentence, transform it into a baseball court, not just to a baseball court. 2 times 3.
Yes.
And my last one is parks and recreation items should not be capitalized.
Which item is that?
Yeah, park and recreation items is capitalized. And the last one. And Jerry asked permission to use the village parks, that paragraph. I think you need to remove the word there in the last sentence, because it starts, if we members can do this and bring their ideas, doesn't make sense. I just don't think we need to do it there at all. CHEIR. That's it.
Take out the word there.
Yeah, you don't need it.
Where was the Village one where the employees were miscapitalized?
Oh, staff.
The word staff.
Where was that?
Item 1, page 2.
Item 1, master plan that village staff, I don't, staff just doesn't need to be, but if she knows it wants to, I don't have a problem with it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's a little S. Is Village capitalized?
Yeah,
Yes,
village
it
should
is.
be.
This is new information. Thank you.
Anyone else?
I think I forgot all my capitalization rules. Autocorrect, love it.
Did I spell anybody else's name wrong?
I think so.
I used to
Gotta
get
figure
I used to get Carrie's wrong.
You said Carrie, I think, right, with an E?
Okay, so may I have a motion with all of Carrie's grammatical changes To approve.
I
It's
can't
fine,
help it.
it's fine.
It's the animal.
To approve, and I'm glad I don't have to do the minutes again.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Thank you, Randy.
All in favor?
Can I ask a question about the minutes? Because one thing in it, was as far as flipping our process, that paragraph, I wasn't here for that conversation, but it sounds to me like it means we can't bring anything to the table. Is that really what the idea was?
What's the
Because
question? Oh, confused.
Jerry explained he thinks our current process should be flipped, but our ideas should be discussed by the board before we're asked to discuss and research the subject. To me, that makes it sound like he doesn't want us to have any ideas and that we have to just wait for the board to tell us what to do. Is that how, am I interpreting this correctly?
Manny, you elaborated on it, that's, I think, when Jerry was speaking about
It
it.
was a little bit like plant the seed
Right.
so that they're a little bit more bought in early.
It's just
Don't
trying to
waste your
get
time
out,
if we're- they don't wanna tackle it.
yeah, it's,
So we can't have ideas, is
So, like,
basically
don't
what this
rewrite
says.
the
Can,
code
wait,
in
can
10,
we,
6
let
meetings
let
if they
Manny
don't wanna-
speak?
yeah, I think it's more of just, like, I mean, I'm the liaison, so I'm already bought into like everything that's kind of suggested, but I think the goal that Jerry was saying is kind of to like come and plant those seeds like other board members and at our meetings, so then we can not have it take like 10 of your meetings before you get the one item to our board meeting where we can approve and move forward. So essentially not to delay the process, but to kind of bring things up more frequently and earlier.
Like pre-screen ideas.
Yeah, before, instead of just like holding and making everything come at once, just kind of pre-screen and kind of come a little bit earlier and a little bit more frequently. So it's not kind of like we're waiting 2 or 3 meetings before something can come together.
So we are not allowed to come to this meeting and say, hey, by the way, I was thinking we could do this. Is
You
that-
can,
Yeah.
But don't go
We can.
further.
We don't go
until Manny
further
gets
until
it
you
approved.
bring it to the
Yeah.
board.
and then I'm exactly that. I try to bring all the items to the board.
Okay,
So we're not doing work for nothing.
well, I get that may basically what it feels like a lot of the time that we do a lot of things for nothing, but that's
Amen.
fine, as long as it gets to the board, like, because
Yeah.
then otherwise, then what are we really doing?
Yeah.
Other question was about the mission statement. I just did that, I don't know who wants it, I just tweaked it a little bit.
It was in the master plan, right?
Well, the minutes said to think about it and bring it to the next meeting, so that's what I did.
Oh, thank you.
Changes to the next meeting, that's what the minute said.
So
So
where's the current one? Is it in the,
It was in last.
it was in the.
Yeah,
last
it's the
month.
same one that's been on the village website for like 30
Oh,
years.
it's on the budget.
Yeah.
I think that sounds great.
Thanks. Use it, don't
Me
use it,
too.
just
You
a
know what?
suggestion, I kind of just,
It'll probably hit the board. It's a comment, but put it on the agenda.
I just took out the mention, basically, so anyone who didn't see that, I took out the mention of the parks, because it specifically said,
In
like, we
Harbor
only say
Island.
the harbor, so you don't need to mention any of the parks, we are the parks and recreation,
think
you
that-
don't have
and
to
that was
mention
the goal.
any. And I
I think I'm gonna use it.
just tweaked it.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Like I
much.
said,
Can I
use
read
use
it?
whatever part of it you want, use none
I
of
like it.
I didn't see it.
Pass it over.
Oh, let's do that.
Jeff, go ahead, you can read it, you got it. Tina, read it.
I'll
Our,
read it. Our mission, I don't have to put on glasses or.
I
get my
don't
voice
have to
ready.
put on glasses.
Our mission is
I
to
know.
inspire and create a sense of community through dynamic events and diverse programming suitable for all ages. We strive to develop and maintain our parks and recreation programs to enrich the quality of life for all residents and to preserve it for future generations.
Bravo.
Sounds bad.
Tomorrow it's gonna be on the website. I can do this on my own, you know?
Yeah.
I
Check
wrote
the
that
spelling
really
first.
quick and spit it out.
I'm gonna put Carrie's here close.
I don't want my name on anything.
No, just put KS.
Okay, yeah.
I don't need credit for anything.
You're gonna look 30 years from now, it's still gonna be on there. I wrote that.
That was my only comment about that.
Um,
Those two.
So
Can we
we
approve the
can't
minutes?
approve them or can we approve them with the changes?
We did already.
Oh. Great, so fast.
What is
I
it?
think you seconded it, Brittany.
Okay, Parks Department updates.
Hey, can I interrupt for a second?
yeah.
Carlo?
Hey, Jason.
Hey,
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Will we have the opportunity to talk after the update, or can I bring 2 items prior to your update?
I'm gonna go now.
good.
All right, so the first one basically is I was wondering whether or not, if we can get an update for Field for Kids, where it stands. What, any status on the update? Where do we stand? What's going on?
We stand at Heather and everybody is waiting for me to decide what day we could sit down and talk.
They had a bunch of questions.
As far as where they stand, I do not know.
And Kristen, since you sit on the board there, what are your
Yeah, no,
thoughts?
I mean, I know that they had sent someone down to take a look at like
The
kind of
field.
the field and where one person thought it would be really difficult, someone else thought that we could do something down there. So I think that's where they were kind of stalled out on, I know they wanted to, I talked to Tina, they
Which
wanted to meet
field?
with you guys, so.
In particular, are we talking about one field?
Well, I think in
Romberg.
regards to
Oh,
turf, right?
It's like the
It was
turf with the
turf
water and because of the flooding, it's,
Yeah.
Although Rye.
Right,
Field
so-
speaks
Field,
floods
And it was
a couple times a
fine
year.
a week later.
Right.
Played a field hockey game.
so,
And does it survive the water?
yeah,
There's drainage and everything.
they're gonna
It
set that
survives.
up for, I mean.
So there is a dialogue that's taking place, we'll
Yeah.
say.
Yes, I have a meeting with them again on Monday,
Yes, Jeff is gonna email us.
but they're gonna
back
meet with
and
them
set up-
first.
We can hear you.
I don't know if you can hear us.
So there's a dialogue, which is great.
Yes.
Yes,
And you were saying they were looking by Gronberg, or I thought it was Lanza was the place that was looking for the track, or?
Lanza won't fit a track
No, by
Okay.
the water in the,
between Gromberg and Getz.
Got it.
what was your other
What's
thing,
the other one,
Carla?
Carlo?
I think he's
It's
frozen.
frozen.
No. he's
No, I
moving.
saw him twitch.
Can you see this,
Jason?
Carla?
I think it was in a minute,
Hey, Jason,
Yeah. Hello?
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
what was your other item?
Hello again. All right, so so the second item has to do with the dog park. So I know no one wants to talk about this, but we're going into the winter, but I think that there's no checks and balances at the entry. Because like the attendant doesn't have a list of who basically has
Isn't the
fob
attendant-
and who doesn't. So Jason, you and I can go down there. You got the fob and I don't, and we walk in together and there's a freebie.
Well,
So
the
I think that we need to
attendant's not
start
always
exploring and changing.
It's not worth enforcing, Carlo.
What's the question?
I
If
only heard
people,
half
if,
of it.
if,
I did too. What's-
Randy,
you
we're
want-
missing out on money. We're missing out on the money and
Oh,
that's,
so you're bringing it
There needs to be more enforcement, he's saying.
But we don't even have to.
there has to be a list. I can't hear.
Carlo,
There's just no
the
one there.
attendant is not there all the time.
Well, isn't the attendant up at the?
And
Yeah.
he's, and he's
They
done.
finished October
Yeah,
31st.
Carlo, the attendant's done.
And he's
They're not
saying,
paying for the
Right.
attendant.
No,
And
no, I
they're not
know.
gonna-
I'm talking about going forward since the.
They're not gonna
winter's-
put anyone
Since the
there.
winter's coming, we need, no one's asked, hear me out. Winter's coming. I'm talking about the spring, because right now in the past, he had no idea or she had no idea who basically had a fob and who didn't. I'm talking about coming spring, that they are provided with a list of who paid and who didn't pay.
If who's providing?
At
with the-
entry.
Oh, I get what he said.
The
He's
attendant
saying,
for the
Is the
spring.
attendant
I don't
coming
even know
back?
if we're gonna have an attendant.
I
this
didn't,
spring.
I was under the impression the attendant. was
he's saying
not
if there's an
gonna be there again.
attendant there in the spring.
In
he
my
should have a
opinion, that
list of
attendant
who's
was a
registered
waste
for the
of
dog
and
park.
was he gonna ask for ID when someone's out on a Saturday morning walking their dog? with
Oh,
no
come on.
wallet?
We spent $10,000 already on an attendant.
Oh, my God.
That's a waste of money,
Crazy.
Carlo. You think you're really gonna collect $10,000?
Yeah, no, the.
Well, I'm not certain if it's, if it is, it's just something we need to explore and also enforcement, Randy. It's only right.
You'd rather be right than be president. It's an old expression.
Excuse me?
I said, you may be right, but it seems not to be a cost benefit.
We don't know that until we put the numbers together and basically we're trying to do the right thing.
No, the fob is annual.
So the clerk treasurer.
It's an annual thing and I've seen people basically jump the fence myself to get in,
Deactivate their fobs.
It's nothing really. It says, how much money is it?
whatever.
50
I
bucks.
know there's a cost factor.
You'll
If we're
never
gonna have them, they basically
attend it.
should have a list if they go forward with it.
Carlo, I totally hear what you're saying. I don't think that anyone wants to pay for an attendant going forward, so I don't think that that's gonna happen. That's just my
Yeah.
opinion. I could be wrong, but that's the impression I'm getting, is that it was a temporary
Yeah,
attendant.
if it happens, Carrie, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
if it happens going forward, the attendant should have a list, who should have entry and who shouldn't have entry. If we still have the attendant.
Yeah,
Makes
I hear you.
sense.
Carlo, I think you should ask the question again, like in February. Cause I won't be
Oh,
here.
I'm gonna ask it again sooner.
Yeah.
It'll be sooner. It'll be sooner, because it'll take forever to get it done.
Okay.
All right, updates.
Because the questions are already being asked about it. What's really disturbing to me, the question's already been asked about opening up the park, the dog
That
park.
question is asked
to,
by
you
one
know,
person. That question is asked by one person,
Right.
Carlo, and one person only. And again, no return email, or if there was a return email, it didn't come to everyone.
Right,
So that's
right,
another
right,
altogether.
right. Right, but the whole thing, Carrie, my fears are that if we open it up to other communities, which is okay, they may bring one out of the two who go down to the dog park, may have paid for the fob, and the other one may have not.
Yeah,
That's all.
well,
If we have an attendant going forward, they should have a list.
I hear you, and I think I've made it
Simple
clear that,
request.
Thank you very much, Jeff.
all right.
Okay, go ahead, Jeff.
Our spring and
You're
summer
welcome,
season.
Randy.
Our spring and summer season's coming to an end. We're on to fall. We're mulching parks.
No problem.
leaves. We're gonna be setting up for the holiday event soon. And that's basically it.
How is the holiday event gonna run this year? What's the plan?
It's gonna be on Pavilion Field.
It's gonna be a walkthrough.
Ah, none, okay.
Yeah,
And
like
will be
pool
up- will
parties.
be
Not a
up For
drive-through.
longer time or admission paid or
A
free
weekend,
or?
free, tree lighting,
Okay,
lights, Santa photos.
so incorporate the normal tree lighting.
Yeah,
with
that
the
whole parking lot thing was
decorations
so-
and- Okay.
One night's gonna be like the drive-through.
Both, it's gonna be the same thing both nights.
So you're doing
Santa
the drive-through again?
No,
No,
drive.
no
Walk-
drive-through.
walking
It's gonna be a
only.
walkthrough.
Yeah,
on
you come
Pavilion
in,
Field.
you go in the pavilion, you can go outside,
Hot
see the light,
chocolate,
hot chocolate,
candy
tree.
canes.
You're gonna have some entertainment.
So both nights there'll be Santa and candy
Yeah,
canes? Oh,
both
two
nights.
nights.
But you're
Oh,
eliminating the
double.
drive-through aspect.
Yeah, it was too
What are
much.
the dates? What are the dates for, do we have dates?
7, December 7th. Brandon, can you check your calendar? it's
December
December.
7th is a
Dece-
Thursday?
No, December 7th it's December 8th and 9th.
So Friday and Saturday.
No, Saturday, Sunday.
9th and 10th.
It was
Oh,
in the
nice.
email that went out today, right?
No,
It's only a week in advance.
Wait, the flyer
Jason's
didn't go out.
announcing.
Oh, something went out.
But the
about
tree lighting
holiday.
is when? Tonight?
Saturday. Yeah, we put out ornament decorating. The kids decorate the ornaments for the tree. We do the candy cane run with the police and the fire and EMS. So the parks, we go to different parks.
That's on the ninth.
That's on the 9th, but that's a daytime thing.
I saw it on Facebook.
So that's how we have turkey trot coming up a week from Sunday.
How many people are registered, do you know?
Right now is like 7 in the 7s, 700.
Amazing.
Oh, 700.
Yeah, no,
Oh, yeah, it's amazing.
I was
Seven.
like, 7? Is that happening in 2 weeks?
We usually get over 1,000 always,
Great job.
always over 1,000. So that's good. Um,
I'll be
Do you need
I'll be
volunteers?
home this year. Can I do something at my house? Cause you guys go right by my house.
yeah, text me or call me. You could drop a table off. Yeah, so that's kind of what's happening in the recreation department. So I know for sure Tina's done, so I like
Wait,
to
before we
thank
move on to that.
No, we're here
I-
one more meeting.
her. Are you?
No, this is it?
No, this is it, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Are
I
you
thought we
done
had,
too?
oh, because it's after the oh, yeah, I'm done too. Yeah.
Wait, are you doing are you doing the, special ed ones?
I'm not sure yet. We'll see.
So how does the chair nominations work?
Hold on, before we get on to that, Carrie had a question about,
Because I just need to go back to Parks and Recreation for a second, and this is not to be a long drawn out conversation in any way, shape or form, but I have 3 questions about the Bark Park. One, do we have an update yet on the dog bite incident, or are we never gonna find out who is responsible for that?
I don't,
I don't have an update.
Can you get one?
Yeah, I can ask the police department.
I saw on Facebook that they planted trees. Even though we were told we weren't planting trees. So how many trees were planted and?
4 in the park.
4 in the park, and there were some planted outside the park as well? And I'm just curious,
Sizable also and costly.
I'm curious, when they anticipate to actually provide any shade. I'm just curious, what kind of trees were they?
We have, no, we have 4 sweet gums and 4 oaks.
And my last question was, does anybody, know how the Halloween party went? Because I haven't
I
seen
thought it got
or
rained
heard
out.
hide
It
no
was
hair.
raining.
I didn't see a Halloween party.
There was no Halloween dog party?
I had nothing to do
I have
with it
no
anyway,
idea, I don't
so.
care.
Anyone?
It has nothing to do with me.
I know, I'm just curious because it's,
I
you
have
know, it's
no
a park,
idea.
it was at the park, so I'm just curious.
It was a rainy, awful
Wasn't
day.
approved by
It
me.
was an awful day.
Yeah. I didn't hear it, I didn't see anything about it here. I was just
As
curious.
far as when the trees are gonna provide shade, couple of years.
I don't know how long they take to grow.
Couple of years. The oaks grow fast, the sweet gums
How long
grow.
does it take
They
for
were
the
nice
roots
size
to? And still no benches.
Soon enough.
There's one
There's one
bench
bench.
on order that we're waiting for.
Was that, you guys are ordering it or it was a donation?
Donation.
It was it's, the way the bench program works is, people donate the bench, we do all the ordering and
Correct. So one bench is going in through donation.
Mhm.
You guys are not providing a bench.
No.
And
no, because we have so many bench donations that I can't take up the room.
Even
Even
if
if I
talking about the
wa-
no,
bar.
I'm talking about in the
She's
dog
talking about
park.
in the park.
Oh,
We don't have, no one wants to put a bench in there.
And the village won't pay for an additional bench? Because there were supposed to be benches way back in the beginning. There were supposed to be benches, so.
Nope.
Okay, and when do we expect that bench to come in?
probably end of December, January. Won't be installed until April, May.
That was it.
Did you
Thanks.
have anything else for your park?
We are putting, the Westchester Joint Waterworks kindly donated 2 beautifully painted fire hydrants that we will be installing in the bar park.
Cute.
They have like little bone paintings on them and
One in the small side and one in the big one? The waterworks donated them?
yeah,
They had them lying around
They-
and someone
they-
paints them for fun?
the guy just took them,
That's why your
painted
water
them,
bill's
brought
so
them there and said, do you want these for the dog park? And I was like,
high. That was
all right.
nice of them.
But when he brought them, like.
They were really cute?
They did
They
them,
really- Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
That's very cute. Okay,
so.
anything else?
The county started.
County started,
That's going quick.
they should be done with
the
the
When did the county start the year?
September 16th, 17th, something like that. Middle September. They plan on being done December with the building out of the outside walls.
Then they gotta come back in the spring and do.
And then what, like, I don't think I ever lived here when it ever existed, so what happens to it?
Nothing, the fence gets taken down and there's more grass area and people
Is
can
there
walk, people can
elevations?
walk.
Are there elevations for
Okay.
this? For the county pier? Is that what you're talking about, right?
Elevations, what do you mean?
You know, layout, plan, CAD drawings, what's it gonna look like?
It's gonna be grass and a walkway with some lights.
Is there a drawing of it? Like, you know, you guys have drawings. for the
It's not a,
program?
it's not our
It's a county
project, it's a
project.
Westchester County project.
Yeah, but
You
don't
might be able
guys-
to
don't you
Google it
guys
on
get a
site.
layout?
I don't have anything.
Really? So they're gonna install something that we can't see? We don't have no idea what it looks like?
It was probably the village engineer, I don't know, above my
It's
pay
county
grade.
property.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, I'm just saying though, you guys got, you know,
They
great
wouldn't.
drawings
No,
of the
they don't.
parks.
But
and
they
everything.
wouldn't, they
But,
don't, maybe.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, it's nice if.
It's been going on for 20 years, so.
Yeah, I know.
He was in
somebody-
elementary school then.
Yeah,
It's a county project.
but I've never seen a picture of it, no. I don't know what it's gonna look like. I'm told it's gonna look like a pier, and I asked.
Well, yeah, that's always a good
And I
strat.
said,
Well, that's a good shot
I
in the
was
dark,
selling
did you?
I think it's
Technology
honestly,
is
I think they're gonna have a
79.
few benches, some
When were you
lights,
born?
and just
It goes
a pavement
86.
to walk to the end. I think so. Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be anything
No,
super
like bells and
duper.
whistles.
I felt
I don't
good.
think so.
No.
If I had to guess, county project, no.
Probably gonna be as cheap as
That's
possible.
taken how many years to actually come to fruition?
It's really
I-
shocking that they've actually
And
started.
this is
quite honestly.
Latimer's support,
Yeah,
you know, Latimer's running for Congress now, right?
is he?
Oh, really?
Did he declare?
We can't talk about this.
Yeah, no.
But anyway,
don't
we need to get
drag
a
this on.
liaison from the county
So-
into the fold for this at some point.
What are we talking about now? We're talking about,
Oh,
this is
The
your
pier.
last meeting, the two of you?
well, no, so Jason wanted to know who else. So
Yeah,
me
like
and
they don't tell me
Kristen
anything, so I don't know.
We're termed out.
have to come off.
Well, some other members have an expiration date of 2023, but it was, I think it was because they started like at a weird
They
time.
did a partial
They
term,
did a partial term.
So
but they have to submit to renew if they want to keep their seats. We know.
I think
do we
it
know who
was
is?
Eric,
Me.
you,
No.
no, you were last year.
I was told that my term was up, but I renewed.
You
renewed.
asked to be.
Yeah.
back on.
Okay,
Who else?
Yeah, I expired 2024.
so you're still at.
Easy, commission. that's
You
all.
expired a long time ago. You just don't know it.
Was, and I think got an email maybe a month ago, and I responded yes.
Okay, so did you guys hear back?
You won't hear
Not
back.
till
No,
this
no,
fall,
I
I'm
was-
meeting.
Yeah.
I was also just asked to do like an ethics or something that I thought was related, but maybe it wasn't.
So did I, and I'm coming
Oh,
off. so-
okay, then. never mind.
No, the harassment.
Oh, no, I
Yeah,
think you
that-
have to do that.
You had to do the harassment thing.
Yeah,
Well, I
you're on a
did it,
board.
But I assumed that that meant that I was renewed, but maybe not.
Make
Did
no
anyone
assumption.
get a certificate of completion when
No,
they were done?
I emailed her because I needed it for work. And I just emailed Danielle and she sent me.
No, because I didn't, so I took a screenshot of my
Yeah,
quiz.
that's what I
She will
Because I
send
was
you a
like-
screen,
Yeah.
paper,
I was
because
like,
I get
"There's
one.
no way I'm taking this
She
again."
sent you like a
She'll send
diploma.
you a real diploma.
It looks like a
Well, no, 'cause she
diploma.
asked
It
me
was
for
only Brittany and Eric, everybody else is 2024.
Oh, that's weird,
or
because usually it says it
Tim
in
and
her and
Kristen.
Carrie Sergio check.
No, so that's why I sent her a screenshot of I'm like, I took it, here's a screenshot of my quiz results, like, because I was not gonna take that again. Takes a while to go through that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So there's two seats available.
Okay, well, anyway, I just want to thank Tina and
Okay.
Kristen.
Oh my God.
Great service to our community. Randy took a year off and came back, so you certainly could do that, right, Randy?
Right,
Is that what you did?
I did, I had to.
Yeah, you
um,
have to
you
go
have
off, but then you can come back.
And then you can come back, yeah. So,
So when do we do the reorg?
The-
In
the-
December,
when is it?
we were pre, reorg meeting.
This meet,
Not next week, the following week, and then the reorg meeting is in December.
so does the new board do it, or
The
the,
first
The
Monday
new
in
board
December.
does it.
Yeah, so
Well,
you
no,
know,
but
for your
for-
Wednesday,
no,
you'll
for
have
You were
us.
voting chair.
We do our own reorg, don't we? We're-
Yeah, but not you.
Not until the
No,
new members
Your
join.
next
Right, right,
meeting,
right.
you'll have the new members.
Right, and then that's when we
That's
do-
when you guys
the
we have to do a
committee
chair,
does it.
right?
You-
We have to elect a
You
chair.
guys need to make it clearer though to the new people that they're supposed to start right away, because especially for our meeting, I think that it's hard because
You'll
it's
have 40
your
hours.
Monday.
Yeah, no time.
notifying,
Unless you guys
and the
move
new
your meeting.
people
It's
have
fine.
I know.
I don't want to be bumping.
I can mention that to Sally.
Do we have any people that we know want to join the rec board?
I
think
know one person.
I'm
applied.
with moving the meeting because December 6th is 2 days before our Christmas event and we're really busy, so.
That's a good idea.
That's fine.
But do you know somebody? Because I've
I
heard,
know somebody applied. 'cause
Actually, they are notified. Never mind. I just remember from like my.
They're
first
notified,
nonprofit.
but Sally, it would only be like a day, like you would
Yeah.
meet Monday night,
But-
Sally would notify on Tuesday. And
I
then the meeting would be
emailed.
Wednesday.
So when do we wanna meet?
I don't
You
know,
wanna meet
yeah,
the
I don't know if
following
that she
Wednesday then?
notifies.
If
what
that's
she
easier
does
for
have to
Jeff.
do, But I can mention.
Fine with me.
I mean, we're looking for new applicants as well, right?
yes,
Well, there's
Okay.
two,
I'll
you
re-
don't know who
there's two
submitted
seats
already.
to
Right,
fill.
somebody,
Right.
I know
Yeah,
one
I'll reach
person
out
did,
with
I don't.
Russ
know
and
anybody else.
Technically, Eric and Brittany's seat are up now. I would hope that they would renew them.
Let's
but-
just keep it December
could
6th.
We do our work during the day, you know?
Maybe.
No, that's our.
Yeah, people have
What do
been
we
bumped.
do?
People have been
Christmas
bumped.
at 7 o'clock at night?
Well, like
What are we doing,
Cindy wanted
Christmas
to be on
at
and
7
she got,
o'clock at night?
she got
We're
bumped.
7:30.
Bad.
Alright, but
She did
At
have bad
night, you
attendance,
gotta
but
go
still,
edit
like,
stuff.
I'm just saying, there's no guarantee that they
I mean, they
renew.
can stay.
Well, there was also 4 new applicants.
Anything else? Tina?
I just want to say, I think Tina has been a remarkable chair. She's so knowledgeable. I think she's irreplaceable.
Well, I'm glad to be on the traffic.
Yeah, but you're,
commission.
yeah.
I
so
was-
I saw-
yeah,
I
I
think-
was
I saw you doing that.
assuming that.
Oh, she's not coming back, guys. She loves traffic.
Well, okay, I've noticed a lot of new traffic stuff around town that's actually like, seems like they're getting a lot done.
Slowly.
No turn on red signs.
Yeah,
Can we-
at the harbor,
I don't care. if we
right
just
up
wanna talk
Kenmore.
about me during the meeting though, 'cause none of
Yeah,
this else
yeah,
is
yeah.
applicable.
Does anybody have anything else? Carla, you have anything else?
You know, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, and hopefully you can get on as ASAP again. And hopefully
not
you and
going
I will get,
No.
I
You
know
also
you're not.
have my phone number.
You could just come.
Yeah, I
I'm
got it. And plus,
supportive.
and hopefully we'll get on a new committee also,
Well,
the
yeah,
rec
I was
committee.
on the,
All year
rec
round,
center.
if they ever do that.
Yeah.
Are they gonna have that committee?
I think Jerry had said in January.
Okay. That'll be
Yeah.
nice.
Sports facility.
That would be nice.
Carlo, enjoy the rest of your trip.
So may I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? Our quickest meeting ever, I think.
I'll make a
What
motion.
time is it?
Tired, that's great.
It's 8 o'clock.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Okay.
I was like,
Oh.
but I can't swim yet.
Are we adjourned?
Yes, all in favor?
I remember those days.
Wait, stop
My in-laws are babysitting and I have to
Uh,
go over.
I remember those days.
Who made the motion?
I second it.
To adjourn?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
They should just go walk around Home
Adjourn.
Depot.
So
Really?
I'm like, what can I
Not put the
do?
kids to bed? That's funny.
I was thinking it was 9 o'clock.
Bye, Carlo.
You know, we're all kind of a little out of.
See you later, pal.
Right.
Jason, stay well.
Yeah.
Have a
Fly
great
back
day.
safely. I'll talk to you when you return.
Thrown out there.